Alright, today's lesson is about developing interesting characters. Now this is probably one of the most exciting and also most important parts of developing your short story. So today we're going to be learning about how to create a character using descriptive language, and we're using this character throughout some of the stories we're going to be writing in class. It's really important that you take a lot of time to get to know the character before you start. Success criteria I'm looking for, that you can create an imaginary character and that you can use descriptive language to help describe your. Now to make our character, what we're going to do is we're going to make a character profile on this character, the main character, and a few of the other supporting characters. And it's going to help you decide what your character's like and just give you a better understanding before you write of the way that that character would act. Because it's really important when you're writing a story that that character acts in a way that is consistent with the character that you've built up in your head. So it's really important that you develop this all the characters out before you start writing. Whenever we create a new character, we have a lot of things to think about. And we have to think about how we just decide what they're like. So before you start, you'd have to just sit down and think about some of the things that your character would do. Go to creating interesting characters. Before I start this, I just want to talk about the fact that you can create a backstory for your character. You can create stories and things that will happen. And we're going to come up with lists of things that your character does and things that your character likes. But that doesn't mean that you have to use it within the story. It's just giving you a better idea of the way that character would act. Okay, so you write all these things down. That doesn't mean you have to use them. Sure, some of these things could be used later on in the story, and if you're thinking about something to say, you might have some ideas about things you could use. But overall, really what we're looking for is just having a consistent character that you know about before you start. Okay, so creating a consistent character. We can see the idea between boring and interesting characters. A boring character, if you're just writing a thing and you say, okay, they live in Philadelphia, which is in America. A different way would be, say, 15-year-old Luna, having just moved from her childhood home in California to Philadelphia, is having a hard time making friends. Her strange name and the beat-up, psychedelic-coloured van her dad drives her to school in every morning have not made it easy on her. To make matters worse, the girls are jealous of the attention she gets from guys because of her wild green eyes, dark tan, and cool California accent. They are jealous of her shoes. She has every shoe known to man: colourful sandals, hip skate shoes, cute high heels, wedges, boots, tennis shoes, running shoes. She even wears a new pair each day. Little do they know she makes them all herself. So you can see just by looking at the two different ones, that doesn't mean that, even this, what you write, if you wrote that down, doesn't mean you have to use it, but it gives you a better idea of what Luna's like before you even start. And when you're explaining Luna to the people in the story, they get an idea. They can have a better visualization of their character before you start. Okay, so you've got the protagonist, who's the main character, and they're the people that we want to know the most about. We want to know, what's important to them, what do they like, what do they dislike. Then we have the supporting characters, and they can be friends, family, just other characters, and we still need to know about them, but probably not as much as the main character. And then we have the antagonist, which is the person who's stopping the protagonist achieving their goal. And usually they're trying to scheme against them, so we want to know all about them and what makes them tick. But don't make them. It's important to not make them all bad. We want to see something good about them, because if they're just always bad, then it's a cliche and it kind of can be a bit unrealistic. Okay, so before you start, I want you to think about filling out a questionnaire based on a character, and I'm going to go through one today and to show you how you're going to do it in class. Alright, so here's the questionnaire that we're going to fill out. So when you're filling out this questionnaire, I want you to make sure that when you do it, is that you're not really just writing one-word answers. We want you to take your time and to write all this information. This information, like I said, might not be used in your story, but it's really good to have a good idea of this character. So the more you can write about it, the better idea you've got about this character before you start writing. Okay, my character's name, his name is Kevin Simpson. His middle name is Barry, but he doesn't tell anybody that his middle name is Barry because he's embarrassed by it. So he just calls himself Kevin B. Simpson. Okay, his age is 9.5. He's about the same age as you guys, just a bit younger. He's in year 4 at school. His height, he's about normal height. He's about 130, 140 centimeters. Normal height for a student like that. He's hoping to grow a bit taller because he wants to be, stand out more in class and be known. His eye colour is actually green, although sometimes in certain lights or in certain times of the day his eye actually look grey instead. Some people sometimes get a bit, confused by his eye colour because sometimes it looks a bit different. His physical appearance, okay, now he's got long blonde hair. He parts it in the middle, and he goes to get his hair cut every now and again. His mum drags him along, but he doesn't really want to get his hair cut because he wants to have his hair really long. But his mum always makes him cut it, before it gets too long, before it gets in his eyes. He's loves to wear soccer jerseys. He loves his soccer, so he always wears lots of soccer jerseys. He has just a normal build. He's not skinny. He's not overweight. He's just a normal size, student like that. Okay, he wears a strange, unique physical appearance. So what weird things does this character do to make them stand out? So he actually has a mole on his back that has a hair growing out of it. It's really gross that his brother and sister like to tease him about. So that's one of the weird things that he has. Okay, hobbies and interests. Like I've said before, he loves soccer. He loves playing soccer. He loves playing soccer on the computer. He loves the new FIFA. He's got FIFA 2015 and it's all he plays all the time. He doesn't really have any other games besides that. He mainly just plays FIFA and Minecraft, and that's about it. Okay, where does he or she live and what's it like there? Well, he lives on a really busy road. He lives in Queensland, and he lives in a really busy road. And he doesn't mind his town. He kind of likes it. He doesn't really like school, but he likes living in that place. He just doesn't really like school at the moment. He wants to one day move to Europe to play soccer. Okay, special skills or special abilities. He thinks he's pretty good at soccer, but he needs to really start growing a bit taller and start, working it a bit more and start practicing a bit more, but that's what he really likes. His family, he's got a brother and a sister, and their names are Tommy and Sarah. And then he's got a mum and a dad. His dad is very busy and doesn't get home from work till late, and his mum's really nice, and she stays at home and looks after the house and sort of cleans up a bit. He has to, which I'm going to get to in a sec with the description of his bedroom. He has to share a bedroom with his brother because they live in a pretty smallish house, and they live on the main road, and they live next to a service station. So he's always going in the service station to get free not free Slurpees, but he's going to get Slurpees. And he wishes his dad was home more because he wants his dad to turn and teach him how to play soccer, because his dad used to play soccer professionally, so he wants his dad to always be home, but his dad's always out busy working and stuff, which he really gets disappointed by. Favourite types of bands and music. He likes all types of music, mainly just music that's on the radio. He listens to Nova a lot and listens to Today FM a lot. And his favourite movie is his actual favourite movie is Frozen, but he tells everybody his favourite movie is Transformers because he's afraid that they're going to tease him about it, but he really likes Frozen. And his favourite TV show, he loves X Factor. Okay, so you can see already now we're starting to get a good idea of what this character's like. And in this one, favourite books, we'll quickly go through. His favourite book probably would be an information book about how to play soccer. Favourite foods, he loves spaghetti bolognese. Favourite sports team, he loves Barcelona and all the other sports. He loves Wanderers. Political views, he doesn't care about politics at all. Philosophies in life, he believes in karma, which is that if you do something good, then something good will happen to you. And if you do something bad, then eventually something bad's going to happen to you. Religion, his parents are religious, but they don't really go to church or anything like that. His physical health is pretty good. His pet peeves, he hates people who push in line, and he can't stand his brother. Alright, so you can have supporting characters there, and you might develop up a supporting character which is like his best friend at school. And we have the antagonist, and it's like who's they facing up against. So I'd probably make that antagonist probably so the antagonist, I'm going to make the kid at school that he's he's being bullied by. He's being bullied by a boy at school who's the captain of the soccer team, and he likes to pick on him on the way home from school, and he's constantly making his life difficult. But although the likeable traits of the character is he is very popular, he's the most popular kid at school, and he's the best soccer player at school. So that's why everybody else likes him. They really, want to be friends with him, but this boy just doesn't like Kevin. And the surefire ways to defeat your antagonist, well, we don't really know at the moment how he's going to defeat him, but at the moment we're going to develop the fact that the character antagonist is a horrible loser. When he loses something, when he loses a game, he likes to cry, so we might use that later. That's the thing, he's a sore loser, so we're going to use that against him later on. And then we have bonus questions down the bottom, which I'm not going to go through at the moment, but this is some things that you don't have to answer all these, but these are some of the things that you'll have to start developing a bit more about your character. So you might have favorite clothing style, favorite outfit, special gestures, that movements. Do they curl their lip when they talk? Do they stutter? Do they walk like in a strange way? Things about their appearance that they would like to change. Like, are they worried about their hair? Do they want to grow their hair in a ponytail to be like the soccer players in Europe? Their speaking style. Do they talk really fast? Do they talk really slow? And this could go for the side characters as well. This is not just for the main character. How do these people talk? We also have things like their memory, the best memory. So you might talk about their backstory. So it's like the time where they scored a goal with 2 minutes to go. The insecurities, what are they worried about? Is he insecure about the mole on his back? And does that come up somewhere in the story where, he's in the change room getting changed and someone sees his mole and the bad guy, the bad guy teases him about his mole and everybody laughs. Quirk, something they do that's a bit strange. Temperament, are they angry? Are they easygoing? Are they funny? Negative traits, what upsets them? What embarrasses them? When have they been embarrassed before? Who do they care about? What makes them happy? What's their secret? Why are they keeping the secret for so long? What's their vacation? What do they think about other characters? Do they have any pets? Best thing about that happened to them? Worst thing that's happened to them? Any superstitions? Like, do they have to put their right soccer boot on before their left soccer boot? 3 words to describe the character. If a song played this every time the character walked into the room, what song would it be? So you can see just by this, is if we filled out this for the characters before we start writing our story, you're really going to get a good idea about what this character's like before you start writing. And as I said, you might not use all this stuff, but at least you've got that idea so that if you know what it's like, you know what this character would do. So if you know that the character's scared by this, or the character once had this happen to them, or they're embarrassed by this, then you know how that character would feel about things like that. So this is what we're going to do to develop a character before we start writing. Hope this has helped getting you ready to start developing a character to write for in class. Thanks.